We'll talk a little bit about the upcoming fight, kind of a little bit about your kind of background, and go from there.
All right.
All right. I guess first question for you is, who are you? Where do you train out of?
LaToya Walker. I train out of Austin, Texas. Right now, my main gym is currently Black Sheep Boxing that I'm training out of.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit of your background. How did you get in MMA, and kind of how did you get here?
It was over 10 years ago. One of my friends thought I should try Valley Tudo, and tried it out. I was really catching on, and then from there, someone came up and was like, "Have you ever considered fighting?" And I was like, "No." And they was like, "You should try it," and went on from there.
Awesome. I was kind of looking at your record a little bit. It looks like you kind of fought the who's who of 145 women's MMA. What does it mean to have a win over Peggy Morgan and a fight against somebody like Charmain Tweet and Kaytlin Young? I mean, what does that mean to you know you share the cage with those kinds of people?
It's pretty awesome. I have a lot of respect for those females, and to be able to share the cage, it was great.
What motivates you to continue to do MMA? I mean, I saw you took some time off and stuff like that, but what motivates you to keep coming back and keep doing it?
My body's still allowing me right now, so and it helps keep me in shape. So
awesome. Obviously traveling a long ways to come up here to Nebraska to compete against Jozette. What does this fight mean to you, and kind of what is your ambitions from this fight?
So this fight means a lot. I really wasn't going to come back, but then we changed up my whole camp, and the amount of support that I'm getting at Black Sheep Boxing and all that is phenomenal. So with that type of support, I just want to see how far I can take it for as long as my body will allow me.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about kind of the being able to come back and being able to be ready to come back and compete after taking some extended periods of time off.
It's a little bit hard, but I'm also a firefighter, so I have to be physically conditioned for that. Granted, fight fit and firefighter fit's different, so it takes a little more work to get in fight fit, but with the fact that I do stay active and working out, it's not as pressing as it would be if I had a regular job.
Interesting. So you're a firefighter. What is it? Do all your people at the firehouse support you in your MMA events too?
Yes. They support me and they laugh with me when I win. They make fun of me when I don't,
That's awesome. Your last two fights, were for Invicta. What does it mean to be able to compete at the top echelon of MMA with Invicta?
I love fighting for Invicta. Shannon Knapp, she's amazing. And as long as they're willing to showcase me, I'm always willing to go back and fight for them because they do well as far as taking care of their fighters, everything.
I think my dog's heard your dog.
Yeah, wrestling.
So how do you feel you match up against Jozette? Have you watched any tape on her? I mean, or are you just kind of going to every fight with the same mentality?
For the most part, I kind of go with the same mentality. I have seen some footage, but like I said, with the amount of support, and I've got some brand new coaches, and so we're tweaking some things and we're changing up some things, and I'm getting all the proper training that I need, all the proper sparring partners. So I think this fight's going to be a really good showcase for me.
As somebody that's more experienced in especially the women's side of MMA, I know that finding fights is very difficult, and I'm sure it was much more difficult when you first got started. How have you seen the growth of the women's side of the sport since you got into it?
I love it. You know, I honestly feel as women we're more aggressive in the cage, and people are starting noticing that. They want to see it, and it's just growing. You got little girls that are growing up, you know, thinking like, man, I can do this, and they're actually getting out there, they're doing it. And
awesome. Is there anything else anybody you want to shout out, or anything else you'd want to say?
Just, I know I'm not going to remember all my sponsors, but just big shout out to my sponsors. Like I said, Black Sheep Boxing, they're phenomenal. I got Six Blades Jiu-Jitsu. Cooper MMA still helps out a little here and there. Maria and her Meninja Fit for helping me as far as food-wise. God, and there's a few more, but I'm a little blank right now. So
what?
I apologize, you guys, for not remembering. I should have wrote it down or something.
It's always one of those things that, you know, it's especially around a single fighter. There's so much support, such a big support group that goes into it. What does it mean to you to have that kind of support that has obviously been with you for a long time?
It's really awesome to have that type of support, and like especially being at this gym, I really see myself growing and everything. So I'm excited.
Awesome. I just got two more things for you to do. I just need you to say, this is Dynasty Combat Sports.
This is Dynasty Combat Sports.
And then just say, catch me live on MMAFutures.live.
Catch me live on MMAFutures.live.
Awesome. Well, there you go. Thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me. And I'll get this stuff all edited and up probably the next few days.
All right. Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate you making the time.
Not a problem. Thank you very much.
All right.